Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, today here in our corner of the UK it's raining and it's dark and it's miserable. So it's a good day to stay in and do some crafting. Now I'm crafting from the Love from LIZI 2023 pack, October 2023 pack, which is called Better Together. And today I'm going to show you 3 projects. So it's not going to take as long as it might sound, but one of them, well 2 of them, this one and the last one, are very, very quick. So that's why we're doing 3 together. So I'm going to use this cork matting, which we got in the set. I'm going to use a piece of the paper and I'm going to base it on this cut apart. And we're going to make a drinks coaster. And the measurements are based on this cut apart here. But if you haven't got this kit, you can use whatever you've got in your stash. So this measures 6 by 4. And we'll put that to one side for just a minute. And the cork matting and the background mat measures 6.5 by 4.5, and I will put those measurements down in the description below. Now this cork matting is brilliant because it is sticky. It's sticky back, self-adhesive, that's the word I was after. It's self-adhesive and it's very sticky. It's a good quality one, so good on you, Lizzie. So what we're going to do, we're going to carefully take this off because it does have a habit of sticking to itself, this stuff, when it's really sticky, but it's now sticking to my fingers. I'm going to keep the bit that comes off because in a later video, in probably tomorrow's video, I've got one more video to show you which I'll do tomorrow, but I want to keep the backing because I want to show you something you can do even with the backing, the stuff you'd usually throw away. I've got an idea of what we can use this for, so all will be revealed tomorrow, but for now I'm going to pop it to one side so I don't lose it, hopefully. And I'm going to, first of all, stick my mat to my cork mat. So these are the same size, so hopefully, she says, these are the 6.5 by 4.5, so with a bit of luck, they'll line up. So I'm going to line my bottom edges up first and just carefully stick them down. Now what I did, I measured one and drew around the other, so the chances are, as is the case here, the cork matting is fractionally bigger. So all we do in that case is we just simply take a pair of scissors, or you can use your trimmer if you want to. I haven't got a trimmer yet, but I have got one on the way from, oh dear, this happened in my last video, didn't it? Do excuse me. I should have muted that. Right, it'll be quiet now. Right, it'll go away in a minute. So I've just quickly muted my phone and that'll stop buzzing in a minute. So we're just going to take this off. I should have remembered to mute that. I will next time, probably. So there we go, that's taken that off. And all I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use my red runner tape, of course. And, oh, I didn't realise it was the same on the back there. Oh, that's funny. I didn't realise that was the same pattern on the back. It confused me for a bit. I thought, what have I done? But I hadn't done anything. So we're just going to run some tape on there like that. But that's not quite the end because it's a coaster. We need to waterproof it or liquid proof it so that if you do put a drink on this, you don't want to lift this beautiful image. So this is a 6 by 4. So it'll, if I get this in the right place, it should create a really nice border. Like that, so just like that. That's perfect. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Right, just brush the debris away. Now I'm going to use, you need a paste or a varnish or a glaze to seal this if you're going to make it into a coaster, especially if you're going to put a hot drink on it. So what I'm going to do, if I can move my scissors out of the way so I can find my paintbrush. What I'm going to use some Decapatch glue. It is a glue, so make sure you've got a pot of water on standby to put your brush in, especially if you're using one of your good brushes. And not only does it add a glue and a seal, it does add a nice bit of sparkle. So I'm going to take it neat, and I'm just going to put a coating all the way across, like that. And I'm going to keep doing that until I've covered the entire area. Won't take long. And then once we've done that, that concludes our first project. And that was done in under 5 minutes. So that wasn't bad, was it? So once it's all cut out, you can make one of these in under 5 minutes. So I've got a little pot of water on standby. And something's fallen on the floor. I hope it's not something I need. We'll soon find out. So I'm going to pop that up there. And we are going to very swiftly move on to project number 2. And I'm going to put that on my table that is next to me to dry. And we are going to make a 6x4 Christmas card. Now I'm using sort of bits of everything. I'm using bits from my stash. And I'm going to be using another of the elements from the Love from LIZI October 2023 pack. Now, I've made a bit of a start. This is a 6x4 card. And I've got some snowflake pattern paper from my stash. And I've got a tree stamp. Now, what I've done with this, I'll show you the trees. I've got a couple more here. What I've done is I found one with an open branch design. And if you stamp it as it is, I've stamped mine in green. And it looks like snow laying on the branches if you leave it like that. And it looks like that effect will be even greater once we finish. So, oh, not quite ready for that yet. So put that down to one side. The sentiment stuck to the back of my glue stick, my glue runner. So I'm going to put some more glue runner on there. And we're going to overlap these trees because we're going to be putting something on top of them in a minute. I'm going to grab a couple of bits from the pack and we're going to make this into a Christmas scene. So we're just going to set the scene, so to speak, and put a few more trees in. I think, well, probably, I've got 2 more trees here. I think we'll squeeze 1 more in and we'll keep that for another time. So let's just put that over there. And we'll pop that down there. And there we have our line of trees. Now, in the pack, we got these adorable little wooden these little wooden houses, little wooden, what are they called? Buildings. They're not all houses. One is a church, one looks a little bit like a church. And some look like country cottages, some look like townhouses, but they come like that, plain wood. Now, I'll just quickly show you what I've done with mine. In the pack, but I'm sure we've all got this in our stash, this beautiful bright yellow card that came with the pack. I've backed that on and I've glued it with a strong glue. I've used a construction weight glue and glued it on so that it looks like we've got the lights on in the windows behind the doors. And then what I've done, I'll bring in the ones that I've done. I have coloured them. I've coloured them in. So I'll just bring them over, the ones that I've coloured. So very quickly, they're only on the table next to me, so that won't take a minute. And one of them, the country cottage, I've just coloured in the front door. And on the back of each one, I've got a little foam pad. So what I'm going to do is what I should have done before I started the video, but it won't take long. Take the foam pads off, or the backing off anyway. And we're going to put one there. So it looks like you've got these snow-laden trees behind it by the time we're finished. And the one that looks like a church, well, I thought it's either a schoolhouse or a church because it's got that little tower with the bell. And I used a metallic silver Sharpie to colour that in, if you're wondering. And I'm just going to arrange these along here, won't take a minute, and pop that one there. We'll just make it up as we go along, as we always do on this channel. And take the backing tape off again and pop that down there. And this lovely, another country cottage, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to pop that off, lay that down there. And we've got this gorgeous little townhouse, or it could be a block of flats, I suppose. And I'm hoping I can squeeze this little one just at the back. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to pop that down there. And we've now got a row of houses, these lovely little wooden houses that came in our pack. Some snow-laden trees at the back, some falling snow paper. And all we've got to do now is add a sentiment. Now, we didn't get any Christmas sentiments in this pack, but in my stash, I found a Christmas sentiment stamp which just says Christmas wishes. And I've stamped that in red ink, and I'm going to put that about there. And there is our Christmas card all finished. And the only other thing I've done from my stash, again, I've used a combination of my stash and the stuff from this wonderful stuff from the pack. I've used a very inexpensive, let me just pop that to one side for a minute, a very inexpensive keyring. You can buy these in packs of about 10 or 20, I think. Well, in the UK anyway, you can buy a pack of about 10 or 20 I think it's about £5 or £6. And what I've done also in the pack, we had some wooden bicycles. And I'll show you what I've done because it doesn't require a demonstration. It's so easy, it doesn't require a demonstration. I've used hot glue and I've glued them to the plastic, and I've got them facing both the same way. And we've got a bicycle that side, and if you flip it over, I've hot glued a bicycle that side. Now this is going to a friend of mine who's very keen on cycling. And so you've got a very cute bicycle themed keyring. So in just over 10 minutes, we've got a keyring. We have got a Christmas card. And if I can find it, oh, there it is. We have got a drinks coaster. A drinks coaster mat like that. So there we go. There are 3 projects for today. And if you come back tomorrow, I've got one more project to do. And I'm going to show you what on earth I'm going to do with the backing sheet from the cork matting. So come back tomorrow and you'll find out what I'm up to next. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Do take care, everybody. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.